What's up, guys? Caleb here. It has been a minute too long since I've sat down and done this. I have been crazy busy with a bunch of different things going on, and kind of like deer hunting has kind of really been put on the back burner until about now. Now I'm starting to get serious about it, and so I'm going to try and catch you guys up, bring you guys up full speed, whatever you prefer to say, and we're just going to kind of go from there. I don't have a itinerary in front of me, so I'm basically going to be flying by the seat of my pants, and hopefully I don't catch myself talking in circles too much in this episode. So I'm going to be playing a bunch of fishing clips and a bunch of previous deer hunting clips in this to make up for me not recording myself while making this. And that actually sounds really bad to say, but you guys get the gist of what I am talking about here. So let's go ahead and dive on into this. First things first, turkey season. I'm not going to talk too far into this. Turkey season was absolutely a blast. My dad got his first bird. He should have had that bird the weekend before, but someone decided to grab a mixture of 12 gauge and 16 gauge shells, and some way somehow one of those 16 gauge shells decided to make its way into the 12 gauge shotgun, and my dad surprisingly discharged that shotgun shell. That 16 gauge shell actually fired out of that 12 gauge shotgun, and yeah, didn't get the bird. You guys had seen that if you guys had watched that episode. That was an absolutely great hunt with my dad. I'm very happy that he got his first bird, and little does he know that we are getting him a shoulder mount for his first turkey. He's like, well, I just want a fan mount just like what you've done, da 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 da. I'm like, well, your bird's a real nice bird, about 3/4 inch spurs, and about just over 9 inch beard, I want to say, or right at 9. We never really measured. And I'm like, well, for the many times and the many memories we've had with you turkey hunting, we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to do a shoulder mount for you. So he doesn't know about that. So I'm sure he's going to be super excited about that as well. I didn't get a turkey. I got real frustrated towards the end of the season. You guys had seen that. Just that stupid bird. I don't know what his deal was, but I could not get him to break away from those scents to save my life. Every time I adjusted my set, he just did the complete opposites, and it's just nothing that I did worked on that bird, and it was basically, well, that bird, you win, I'm done, I'm throwing in the towel. Congratulations, bird, kind of thing. And so yeah. And plus, too, we had been fishing out in Lake Huron for lake trout at the time, so that was kind of like I was really getting back into doing that because I hadn't been fishing on Lake Huron in years. So that was just kind of one of those that, it's kind of really hard because we were supposed to go. And I was like, well, I really want a turkey hunt. And then it was just, with the way that bird was, it's like, you know what, bird, I'm done. You win, kind of thing. So he'll be bigger next year, and there'll be a lot more birds in the area because, holy smokes, I was hearing gobbles in every which direction out there. That was absolutely crazy. So that was kind of quick wrap up on how turkey season went for us. Another thing that we did too that not many people know about, I'm sure you guys might know if you keep up with us on Instagram, which, speaking of Instagram, I haven't been very active on, but that's besides the point. So me and my girlfriend, we adopted a dog back in April, like towards the end of April, right before Easter. We had been thinking about getting a dog for quite some time now, and finally we're like, well, we're going to adopt, if anything, instead of going out and buying a puppy or anything like that. Because that was both kind of our goals, more so her. I really wanted to get a puppy just that way I could have a puppy to work with for shed hunting, train it while it's young, get it familiar, and just have a really base to grow from. Well, we ended up kind of looking on Huron Humane Society, that is in Alpena, and Foster, the one we adopted, he had come up, and then he was pending adoption pretty much as soon as he became up available for adoption. And then all of a sudden, I told the girlfriend, well, just put in an application for him and just see what the heck happens. Well, literally within an hour of us, or of her doing that, they said, hey, do you guys want to come take a look at him and meet him? It was on a weekend, so she had to work, I was off, I was busy doing something with someone. I think I was out fishing, to be honest. And so she got off work, we both went over there, and they had someone said, yeah, I'll come back around, I can meet up with you guys at this time. So we did, and as soon as we seen him, or at least as soon as I seen him, I fell in love with him. I'm like, he's coming home with us, plain and simple. Like, he's coming home, I don't care. So a girlfriend came, she seen him, she fell in love with him too. We did some things there with him, just kind of, showing us he can sit, stay, kind of stuff like that, and just more questions that we were asking and everything. And so we were like, okay, well, here's our problem. We've got like 2 Easter dinners we got to go to tomorrow. We don't want to take him because it's just new environment. We don't want to, not trying to be mean, but we don't really want to deal with him at these dinners because we just don't know how he's going to act, kind of thing, especially with new people, kind of thing. We just want him to get used to us first before just taking him everywhere. So we were leaving, and then the lady that was there texted my girlfriend and said he literally just sat at the door, looking at the door, whining. And so the girlfriend calls me and tells me that, and it's like, you know what, screw it. Just go back and go get him. Bring him home, whatever. So yeah, that's how we ended up with our dog, Foster. And I tell you what, he's become one of the best dogs that I have ever had. He's a German Shepherd Lab mix, and he listens so well. I can take him out shed hunting with me. I can take him out scouting with me. And he literally stays right by us. We can go fishing, and I can literally open up the door and let him jump out. He'll stay right by us. He won't wander. As soon as he starts to wander, you can say, hey, and he turns around and comes right back. He'll look at you and then come right back. He listens so well. Fast forward to about June now. Since we had gotten Foster, we had become ambitious to buy a bass boat. I guess you could say ambitious, but we wanted to buy a boat because we both me and my girlfriend, we absolutely love to fish. And we always, we want to take him with us when we go fishing. Just kind of like he's going to become a part of us, and he's going to be going with us to go fishing. So we started looking for a bass boat, trying to find something within a decent price range. And so that started pretty much like couple weeks, maybe a week or so after we got him, because me and my buddy Dwayne, we took him fishing one time, and the dog loves it, absolutely loves it. So I'm like, okay, we're going to definitely be getting a bass boat, just got to find one. So I eventually ended up giving up on trying to find one. I said, screw it, we're going to buy a brand new bass boat, brand new 2021 or 2022. So we got a price quote on a 21, and I'm like, well, it's kind of pricey, it's still doable, but problem was 3 to 4 month lead time before I would see the boat. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be seeing the boat until like September, August kind of thing. I'm like, there's no point in buying a brand new boat, especially when it's going to be getting it that late in the season, because that's going to be literally use the boat for a month, put it away for storage. I'm just going to have no time to use it. There'd be no point. So I'm like, well, we'll wait till the springtime, and I will just go out and spring order 2022 kind of thing. So that was my mindset on it. Save up for a good down payment on it. That was my mindset. Well, then my buddy Dwayne sends me a message one day while I was at work, and it sends me this 1989 Bass Tracker that was over in Traverse City. Brand brand new 2019 four-stroke Merc on the back, 115 horse. It was a 2019, 40 hours. It was like, that's pretty cool. So I talked to a buddy who goes, yeah, it might actually be worth it. Go over and, take a look at it and whatnot. So needless to say, a bass boat ended up following me home that day that we went to look at. And that was right around the second part of June. So that's been eating up a considerable amount of time for me. Every Saturday morning, it seems like I'm out in the water fishing. Every Saturday night. Every Sunday night, I'm out fishing. I mean, even during the week, there's times where I will try and slip out and go after work. Wednesdays after work, there's a tournament that I get involved with every Wednesday night. $10 bragging rights for the whole week until the following Wednesday. So I've been doing that. So that's where a lot of these clips are coming into play, is these are from some of the tournaments. So I have a GoPro set up with continuous charging on it. I made my own YoloTech stick, which all that is a stick that plugs into your nav light that you can continuously run your GoPro off of the power on your boat. It's got a basic converter from a 12 volt to a 5 volt, and you can just continuously run your GoPro off of it. All you would have to do is change your SD cards on it. So yeah, that's kind of like what I've been doing a lot. That's been like all my summertime is just been on the water bass fishing. I mean, come on, when you spend almost $15,000 on a bass boat, you're going to want to get your use out of it before you got to put it up for season. So I haven't even been out scouting because of it. I haven't done zero summer scouting. I have done zero spring scouting. I have just been like kind of like putting deer hunting on the back burner. And I really hate to say it, but I really have put deer hunting on the back burner. And now with us getting ready to leave for Kentucky in a month and 1 week, I've been literally mad scramble to try and make sure we have everything. I just got my new Badlands gear in today, all my lightweights, new backpack. I got new climbing sticks this year, new saddle, which you guys had seen that is basically the same one I was running last year, the Latitudes, but it's the Method 2. So there's some updates to it. Real nice saddle, by the way. I'm trying to think of what else that I actually have to get. There's a few other things I've got to get. Arrows, those are actually hopefully going to be on their way next week, so I got to build those. So yeah, it's just all this like last minute, I'm pulling my hair out kind of thing, and just trying to make sure we are good to go for Kentucky. My film equipment, the camcorder last year. The LCD screen started going out to where like half of it just shows purple. So I was meaning to get that fixed before we left for Kentucky. I was able to deal with it during turkey season because I've got my 7-inch monitor. But when you're up in the tree and you're trying to run that and you're just, there's just so much going on, it's a little frustrating with trying to run a monitor because it's just one extra piece of equipment that you got to take in. It's big, it's bulky, it takes up room in the bag. Kind of one of those things like, if I don't have to use it, I'm not going to use it. I just use it for turkey hunting or deer hunting when I'm in a blind, and I use it a lot for episodes of Table Talk and my reviews and stuff like that. So that's what I primarily use that for. So yeah, there's, like I said, there hasn't been any spring or summer scouting. So what does that mean for deer season? Well, what that means is I'm basically primarily going to be winging how I'm hunting this year. I'm basically going to go into areas completely blind, and I'm just going to try and figure things out on the fly. I'm going to look at OnX, look at new areas, and look at potentially really good areas according to what I'm seeing on OnX and base maps, and just going to go like that. Just going to fly by the seat of my pants. I'm going to try, and I got to talk to my buddy about this, to see if I can get permission to early season hunt their property, where I was deer hunting late season last year, like towards the end of November. And that was a great piece of property, and I really want to get in there and way back in that swamp and check it out way back in there, because there's a million different deer runs. Every sit I was there, I seen deer. I mean, it was just unreal the amount of deer that are all over that place, and just the amount of deer sign that's out there too is just absolutely crazy. So I really want to check that property out, and I gotta talk to him, talk to his parents, and see if I can actually get permission just simply for early season and late season kind of thing. Because it's close to home; it's literally like 5 minutes from my house, and it's just going to be very, very, very convenient for me, especially like after work. If I can get home from after work, I bring all my gear with me and I can just fly right straight there, hunt, be good to go, kind of thing. So that's how I'm probably going to be doing deer hunting this year. I might try and get out and scout a couple times yet. We'll just have to wait and see how that's going to go. I got one of my cameras out the other day from the Pigeon River Forest that I put up last year, and absolutely nothing but bear on camera. I kind of had a feeling that was actually going to be the case with it, because I mean there's just tons of bear sign in there. But I did have one decent buck with about a 15 to maybe 18-inch inside spread. Real nice buck, probably about 2.5, 3.5 years old if I'm to guess. So real solid buck for the area. But that's one area that I want to get in and hunt this year. I keep telling myself every year for the past 2 years now that I'm going to go in there and hunt, and I just, for whatever reason, I just never do. And I think primarily because it's so far away. It's literally an hour from my house to get all the way back into that spot, plus the time for me to go in, set up, and all that. That's just kind of like a turn off kind of thing. It's just like, why even bother with driving that far just to go hunting when I have tons of other options that are closer to home for me to hunt. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with deer hunting. We're also going to go back to Kentucky, regardless if we tag out in September or not. We're still going to go back down first week in November. I kind of hopefully, knocking on wood, that I'm not going to tag out in September. So then that way I can hunt, have a shooter buck in front of me and shoot it down in November, when we're back down in November, instead of tagging out first thing, tagging out in September. But still at the same time, I think that'd be pretty cool, going down into September for the first time ever and then tagging out in a real nice buck in velvet, I mean, come on. I mean, just thinking about going down there in September and shooting a giant in velvet. I mean, like, literally, I am grinning ear to ear right now. It's just the thoughts of that. It's just got me pumped. All right, man. It's just got me pumped, because how many times do you get to say, especially for me that's from Michigan, that we don't have these opportunities like this to be able to hunt, whitetail deer while they're in velvet, while these whitetail bucks are in velvet, we just don't have that, and that just goes to show you how willing some people are in just traveling to be able to go do these types of things. It's getting to the point anymore where I'm getting done with hunting in Michigan, because it's just the way they're doing things anymore with a lot of these clear cuts that they've been doing, and how, I don't know, just the way the DNR does things is just a giant turnoff for me anymore. And that's why I am so happy and so willing to go 700 miles south to a completely different state and pump in about $3,000 into their economy instead of putting that money here in Michigan's economy, even though I still do regardless. But there's a better caliber of deer down there. Seasons run longer. They actually give a crap about their deer herd and deer population down there. They're not handing out tags left and right and just say kill them all kind of thing. I'm not going to keep going down this rabbit hole, because we could be here the rest of the afternoon talking about this. So yeah, that's kind of where things have been at for me and for us. So there's probably going to be a bunch of content here coming out in the next few days. I got to do the sticks. I was going to do an unboxing of my Badlands gear, but it's just, I was so excited to get my gear and just try it on to see how everything fit and check the backpack out kind of thing. It was just kind of like, yeah, I got to open it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I covered just about everything I don't think I'm forgetting anything, but I probably am, knowing my luck. So yeah, I got to get going here regardless because I have a dentist appointment in 2.5 hours. Yeah, about 2.5 hours. So I want to take Foster for a quick walk before I take off and go do that and then come back. And then I don't know, I might go fishing tonight. We'll see. I don't know. I got a bunch of other things to do um, instead of going fishing. But anyhow, if you guys want to see fishing videos, drop a comment because I'm really kind of been debating about doing fishing videos. It's just the audio. I haven't really figured the audio out because I got to get a microphone for the GoPro because some of the videos all you guys can hear is a live well running, especially when I'm doing my tournaments, and it just creates this like weird humming noise that you can hear, and it overpowers me talking because I am so far away from it. I mean, the GoPro's in the back corner, back left corner of the boat, and I'm all the way up at the front. It's a 16-foot boat. So there's a huge distance between us. I bought some things hoping that it was going to be the right fits for the GoPro audio, but it turns out to be not the case. So I think what I might do is after my appointment at Walmart, or not appointment at Walmart, wow, is after my dentist appointment, going to go to Walmart and buy another 2-pin nav light, and, well, not the light itself, but the base. And I'm going to wire that into the front because I have a front one that works, but it's just the pins are broken. And so I think if I can do that, that would actually help my situation with audio. But I won't know until I actually get that done. So anyhow, 15 minutes on the board right now, probably a little bit longer with this one. I actually broke these up into like 3 or 4 different ones, so just to make it a little bit easier for me to do audio edits. One other thing too, before I forget, with deer hunting this year, is you guys are probably going to see my coworker Adam a lot this year. I've already told him I wanted to get with him and hunt with him a couple different times and film for him, basically. So I got to talk to him about that and see how we're actually going to go about doing that. And maybe I can actually get him to come on here. So, Adam, if you're listening to this, which I'm probably sure you are, you got to talk to me at work. I know I'm always hiding in my truck, but yeah, we got to sit down. We got to get a plan going for this, what we're going to do, and kind of, figure some things out, how we want to do things, and kind of go from there. So yeah, I'm going to cut it off here. I want to thank each and every one of you guys. If you guys watched all of this, thank you guys. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to drop a comment and let me know if you guys want to start seeing some fishing videos. And I could probably actually have a whole episode of Table Talk about bass fishing. So I might actually do that here in a couple days. Do that, give a little bit more content on the channel. And yeah, so take care, guys. We'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.